my name is Karina Budusing and I'm an assistant technician here at the Sugarcane Feed Center. And today we're going to talk about duck production, specifically with the Muscovy duck. So I'm standing here in the breeding section of the poultry house here at the Sugarcane Feed Center. So before we begin, let me tell you all a little bit about some of the characteristics of the Muscovy duck. The Muscovy duck, they're originally from South Africa, and you can see the color variation on these ducks. We get the colors of white, black, brown, and gray. The Muscovy duck can be recognized by the fleshy red swelling around their eyes and their beak. That is called the caruncle. The Muscovy duck also shows sexual dimorphism. What that means is the male and the female, they show differences between the sex, and we can tell the male from female by one, the size that they achieve at the adult stage. The males grow a lot bigger than the females. They are a lot larger in size. The males can attain an adult weight of 4 kilograms, while the females only grow to about 3 kilograms in weight. Also, the male ducks, they make a soft hissing sound. They are incapable of quacking. Only the females in the Muscovy duck make that quacking sound. The Muscovy duck also has clawed feet and they are capable of flight. They lay eggs, and the incubation period on the Muscovy duck is about 33 to 35 days, which is different from other species of duck. The true species of duck, which are like the Peking ducks, they have an incubation period of 28 days, whereas the Muscovy ducks are 35 days for the incubation period. The Muscovy duck will lay approximately 60 eggs per year. We're going to talk about feeding and nutrition with the Muscovy ducks. The Muscovy duck eats basically 3 different types of commercial ration depending on the physiological state where they're at. They will eat a duck starter ration for about the first 3 weeks, which is a 20% crude protein ration. And then from 3 weeks moving forward, they'll eat a duck grower ration, which has 18% crude protein. And they'll eat this feed up till the market stage. If you're gonna select ducks to move to breeding stage, then they will start to eat a laying ration, which is about 16% crude protein, but it also needs a high calcium amount in the feed. The Muscovy ducks also has a higher tolerance for fiber in their diet than the Peking duck and the other true species of ducks. So here at the Sugarcane Feed Center, we'll substitute with forages. Right now, you could see we have some trichantera hanging in the unit for them to feed up. The forages that we feed here will be this trichantera and mulberry. For the Muscovy duck, you need to provide about 6 inches of trough space per bird. And for the breeders, it's more preferential to feed them a crumble ration as opposed to layer. This will cause them to eat a little bit less and to avoid overfeeding. You also want to avoid feed wastage. Because of the way that the Muscovy ducks eat, they spill a lot from the side of their beaks. So you will see we have containers under the feeders to minimize the amount of spillage that you get. Now we're going to talk about breeding and reproduction. Here at SFC, we allow a breeding ratio of approximately 1 male to 5 to 7 females. The stocking density of this breeding section is approximately 2 birds per square meter. The birds are allowed to mate naturally, and the females will go to lay eggs in the nest boxes, which are incubated for 35 days. You want to maintain a temperature of about 37.5 degrees Celsius and a relative humidity of 75%. It is absolutely necessary to have an open water source in the breeding section, because this is how the hens are going to control the relative humidity inside the nest boxes. The hens will go into the water, and it's the moisture in her body that is going to control that humidity for the eggs to hatch. going to talk about managing heat stress with these Muscovy ducks. The Muscovy duck breed is a little bit more tolerant to heat stress than your other species of ducks, but you still want to manage the heat within the poultry house to maintain a comfortable situation for your ducks. So here at SFC, we have our poultry house built lengthways in an east to west orientation. We also have an extended roof to minimize the amount of direct sunlight coming into the poultry house. We have BRC walls to facilitate good ventilation and for airflow throughout the unit. Now here we are in the brooding section, which consists of wire cages which are built about 1 foot from the floor. This is to facilitate ease of cleaning and sanitation. The waste, when it's washed down off of the floor, it is channeled into a settling pond, and this goes into the production of manure. The cages are artificially heated to about 30 degrees Celsius using incandescent light bulbs. And here these ducklings are going to stay until they're about 3 weeks of age, when they'll eventually move into the grow pens. So here we have grow pens. The Muscovy duck, after 3 weeks of age, when they leave the breeding unit, they come here into one of these grow pens. We have two systems that are available here at SFC. We have the deep litter section and we have concrete flooring pens. The deep litter pens have less maintenance, you clean it a lot less, and they provide minimal odor. The litter must be kept very dry because you want to prevent fungal growth and the buildup of pathogens. However, with the concrete floor system, these are a lot easier to sanitize and to manage health and disease issues. However, you're going to have to maintain these pens a lot more. They're cleaned out at least once every 2 weeks. So here we have rows of nest boxes. These nest boxes are designed out of concrete bricks and plywood board to create individual compartments for each duck. We allow one nest box compartment per every 5 ducks in this breeding section. Each one of these nest boxes are filled with about 3 inches of wood shavings or sawdust to create a bedding for the eggs. Here we have a small wooden lip which basically provides spillage of the bedding or the eggs. Pest and disease in the Muscovy duck. In an intensive system, diseases are much more prevalent due to high stocking densities, lack of proper sanitation, pests, and human traffic. So you want to ensure strict biosecurity measures to reduce these problems. Such biosecurity measures will include maintaining a regular schedule for cleaning and sanitation of your equipment, such as the feeders and the waterers, and using a foot dip to prevent the introduction of pathogens from the outside environment into your poultry house. As mentioned before, some other measures would include maintaining a clean, dry litter. When the grow pens are cleaned in the poultry unit, the waste is added to these manure heaps that you see behind me here, along with waste from the other units and the other animal species that we have here at SFC. This is part of our integrated agriculture. So this brings us to the end of duck production. Again, I am Karina Budusing of the Sugarcane Feed Center. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye!